As the old adage goes, catches win matches. And that could not be more evident than today. There's another saying that they have where they say, batsmen win you games, but bowlers win you series. And if you don't hold your catches, you will not win those matches. You will not win those series. It will be very, very tough. And at this point, Shamar Joseph has got to be asking his teammates, what have I done to you guys? Is there anything that I've done to disrespect any one of you? Because by my count, I think it's about 8 catches that they've dropped for him in this series so far. And you could see today he got very, very frustrated when Joshua Da Silva put down that catch off of Lytton Das late in the day. Typically, when a catch is dropped off for him or there's a misfield, he smiles, goes back to his mark. Today is the first time that I saw him show some amount of displeasure. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry, and as usual, we are talking everything West Indies cricket. Well, West Indies have no one else but themselves to blame for their current position in this final test match against Bangladesh. No one else to blame. And it all comes down to a lack of discipline with the batting, a lack of discipline with the bowling, a lack of discipline with the catching. All 3 facets, we failed to live up to expectation today. And because of that, we have a mediocre Bangladeshi team looking like they're going to pull off a win up at Sabina Park. What impressed me today, though, was the bowling from a young man, not from the West Indies, but from Bangladesh. 22 years old, lightning quick, and can control the ball. From a world cricket standpoint, that is something to be excited about. The only thing I wasn't excited about was the way the West Indies batsmen handled him. It seemed like they had no clue that they've never faced someone this quick before, and they just wanted to get back into the dressing room. Someone who was at the ground today actually said to me, there were a few of the batsmen that looked very nervous before they walked out there. While it's refreshing to see someone so young, so raw, full of talent and controlling that ball, it's also disheartening to see West Indian batsmen not showing any steel. Didn't look like they were up for the fight. That was quite disappointing. And after that, Bangladesh pretty much saw that West Indies have flinched, they have blinked, and they took initiative in the game. The bowlers came out, did not show the same amount of discipline that they showed in the first innings. They were all over the place, giving the Bangladeshi batsmen, room to free their arms, and that's what they like. There was a reason why Jaden Seals went almost 16 overs for only 5 runs, because it was a disciplined bowling effort. There was a reason for that. And we could not replicate our first innings showing with the ball, added to the fact with the numerous catches that were dropped. Because we just thought, well, we're going to come out back here. The same thing that like what happened at Sir Vivian Richards Stadium is going to happen. The same thing like what happened in the first innings is going to happen again. And we're just going to roll over the Bangladeshis. The Bangladeshis are just going to roll over and let us do our thing. No, that's not how it works. They want to win the game just as bad as we do. And you could see they valued their wickets today. And they turned the pressure back on the West Indies. And we did not handle that well. That brings me to my next point. The current crop of batsmen that we have are not good enough. And you can fight me on that. They are not good enough. Mikhail Louis, Kavem Hodge, Alec Athanaze, Casey Carty, Joshua Da Silva, Justin Graves. They're not good enough. I know they're the best available right now, but they're not good enough. I remember a few weeks ago, Miles Bascom was saying the door is open for the Nicholas Purans, Brandon Kings, Shea Hope, Shimron Hetmeyer, Evan Lewis, whoever that wants to play Test cricket. If they're performing in one day in white ball cricket, the door is open to them. What I would like to know is, what is Andre Coley's stance on that? Because we haven't heard anyone or Andre Coley said anything with regards to, hey, this is how I feel about it. Has there been any conversations with the likes of the Purans and Hetmeyers and Brandon Kings and Shea Hopes? Where are they on this right now? Because we know they've pretty much prioritized T20 cricket. What do they have to say about it? Because the current crop of top and middle order batsmen and low middle order batsmen that we have, just not it. We have a good bowling lineup. We just don't have a good batting lineup. And that is our problem currently. That is why we were not able to beat Australia in Australia. Had our batsmen had an ounce of belief in Australia, we would have won that series 2-0, given the position that we had put Australia in the first test. Had we an ounce of belief in England, we would have won at least one of those test matches after we had put ourselves in a good position. Had we an ounce of belief in our batting, we would have won that series against South Africa after the bowlers repeatedly put us in good positions. So no one can look at me right now and say, oh, these batsmen are good enough. No, they're not good enough. They're the best available right now. They're just not good enough. So I would like to know from Miles Bascom, Andre Coley, have there been any conversations with Nicholas Puran, Shea Hope, Shimron Hetmeyer? Because they are more talented, and they've proven that they are more talented than what currently obtains in the West Indies middle order. I'm sorry, Athanaze is not ready. Kavem Hodge is not ready. They're going to give you a one-off performance. Justin Graves is not ready. He's going to give you a one-off performance. Don't let the centuries in the Super 50 fool you. Don't let that first test century fool you. You are going to get a lot of one-off performances from these batsmen and nothing of substance. So something has got to give with regards to West Indies team selection and what's the position with the Hetmeyers and the Kings and the Hopes and the Purans and even Evan Lewis. Something has got to give. And Cricket West Indies, Miles Bascom, Andre Coley has got to come forward and say something, because what currently obtains is not good enough. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, share, and most importantly, let's have this conversation down in the comments. I am your host, Kevin Henry, for the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. See you down in the comments.